doesn't matter where you find yourself on your journey in life, whether it's your career or your personal endeavours, you know that the feeling of being overwhelmed is a natural byproduct of success. I'm Kirsty Johnston, and welcome to this episode of Thoughts, Action, Success. Achieving your goals doesn't come easy, as cliche as that may be to say. Whether you're employed, you're in a transition phase for your own business, you're just starting out with your entrepreneurial journey, or you're dealing with any other kind of work, you deal with stress every single day, sometimes even every minute. Sure, being stressed, as in good stress, is fine, such as when it comes to getting things done and seeing positive results at the beginning of getting a new job or launching a new business. Stress can often at times drive you to work longer hours and push yourself to get things done. However, after a while of working the long hours and giving it 200%, 10% of your efforts, replying to countless emails, clients, and phone calls that fly your way, it all starts to boil down and get to you. Suddenly you come to the realization that the passion you once had for your daily life is dwindling, and you start to question why you even began in the first place. You've lost your work and life balance. Maybe the stress has you waking up frequently throughout the night or giving you headaches during the day. Eventually, this kind of fatigue and pain drains you of all your energy that you rely on for your business, job, and of course your personal life in general. Even crazier is that you really can't go a day in life without encountering somebody else complain about being stressed or these kinds of symptoms, especially with everybody being so connected on social networks. Truthfully, we've all been there. We've all been stressed. You're probably stressed out right now. Hence, the title of this episode of Thoughts, Action, Success resonated with you. Want to know something? There's not been a time in history where the level of overall stress for humanity has not been greater than it is today. This is due in part to the fast-paced and ever-changing world of the internet, cell phones, email, text messaging, and everything in between. Yet living with too much stress for too long can result in negative behaviours and even health issues, both of which can be prevented and can prevent you from succeeding at your goals and achieving the things that you desire most in life. Interestingly enough, stress causes adrenaline, which then allows for spontaneous but reflexive responses to outside stimuli in your everyday life. The thing is, an effective business leader and owner tends to do just the opposite. They may carefully consider and analyse each decision that has to be made. There would be proactive behaviour rather than reactive behaviour, which is often the result of stress. Obviously, just about everybody wants to be successful and live a life full of happiness. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that wants to live miserably. But through the process of life, you'll start to feel overwhelmed, stressed, tired, short-tempered, and perhaps even burnt out. You'll come home from work or finish your day off by feeling worn out, irritated, and overall just lousy. In turn, your productivity will be down, and with that, you can't progress in life to a certain extent. If you let stress overwhelm your life and cause damage that you can't repair, it will prolong your goals and dreams, or maybe even crush them entirely. In all honesty, any career success, independent of your ultimate goal, is truly not worth the negatives that prolonged stress can create. Countless people all around the world talk every day about how they can't sleep at night because they find themselves overloaded with tasks to complete. Their stomachs are in knots as they try to juggle picking up the kids from school and picking up that extra hour or two at work. At the same time, a lot of people stick to their guns and refer to this overly busy aspect of their life as a prideful achievement, juggling all of it continuously, but deep down actually falling apart from the stress and overwhelm. Sure, it's not a bad thing to balance a ton of tasks for a few short days to meet a deadline or get a lot of things done in preparation for a particular event or something that you're doing. But the whole heroic and noble pursuit of taking on too many things at the same time is without a doubt detrimental to both your mental and physical health and your business and overall goals as well. We often confuse business with productivity, and that's exactly what happens when we try to squeeze too much into one short day. We end up decreasing our productivity and even the efficiency of our work. Not to mention, the whole process becomes a lot less enjoyable as a result. The most amazing part of learning how to manage stress in an easy way is that you'll find yourself in your optimal learning and performance zone much more frequently than you were ever before. Research has actually discovered that we have a specific zone in which we function at the most productive rate. Any time we spend outside of that zone, because of stress and overwhelm, multitasking, or being distracted, is just time spent in mediocrity. Every time that you practice this strategy that I'm about to reveal to you today, you'll find that the blood is returning to your brain as each technique is signaling to the body that the fearful, stress-inducing situation is over and the calm has returned. Now that I've rambled on enough about stress and the premise of its creation, I want to move forward onto the actual tactic. How to do that? But before I do, I just need to provide you with just a little bit of background of it all for it to really make sense. Let me be realistic here with you, though I have been this entire time already and always am. You need to create a vision for your life and business that is actually compelling to you. Something you can stick to, even if it's just short term. You need to have goals regularly that you can achieve and also goals that you can work towards, those longer term ones. You should align your vision with your value and your passion. This will help you to wake up with purpose each morning, ready to tackle the day and achieve your goals, even if it's just one step at a time. This vision will help you to overcome any obstacle that happens to pop in the way of your path to living your best life. It will help you to stay focused and on the right track. Whether you're employed at a job or you work for yourself, it doesn't matter. Even if you're trying to align yourself with what's happening in your personal life, the vision should apply across the board. You need to have an exciting vision in order for you to truly feel like you have purpose in your life. With that excitement comes another challenge. How do you contain your excitement and align your goals so that they don't end up overwhelming you with long nights and weekends working? I know that the feeling of overwhelm from finding direction and balance in life can be a good thing, but also it can be a bad thing. If you truly find the right thing and get your focus in line, it can create a level of good stress, which will then fuel your motivation and keep you passionate towards bettering yourself. The problem with this is that too much too soon can result in unnecessary stress in the form of a tight stomach, a more heavily beating heart, and so much more. Have you ever actually taken notice to the way that your body reacts to your different forms of excitement or stress, whether they're good or bad? Some of the energy is good, but it does need to be channeled in the right ways and then utilized only when you need it to give you that extra boost. All right, so with all that said, the following tactic is an incredibly powerful way to actually channel that energy. Our focus here should already be to create positive stress and levels of excitement. So now you should channel that energy to become more productive and reduce the general wear and tear that the sense of excitement can have on your body. So what does this special trick really consist of? Simple breathing technique. Now, before you laugh, which isn't really a bad thing, just bear with me here. When we feel stressed, our breath usually becomes shallower. We tend to start breathing faster and less deep, and then ultimately only use roughly 20% of the oxygen in our lungs. So the result here is actually a twofold situation. One, you only circulate a very limited amount of the oxygen that's in your body. And number two, Your body goes into this defense mode because of the shallower breathing, which is often a signal of danger to our natural instincts, fight or flight mode. To combat that scenario from fully taking over, you can simply try to stop what you're doing for just a few seconds. From there, just start breathing deep, full breaths by inhaling slowly and rising or puffing your belly or chest out. Put your hand on the top of your stomach and feel it as it rises up and down. Breathe deeply and slowly for about 10 seconds or so. Doing this sends signals to the body that the coast is clear. Everything's going to be a-okay. This will allow you to hopefully take better control of the situation before it gets the better of you. In turn, you'll be able to maintain your high productivity zone of focus and direction. This is the zone in which you can actually think clearly and act rationally towards situations. At this point, you may be thinking, how stupidly easy this is. And yeah, it is, actually. But since you know what the 10-second technique is, what it now consists of, so let's do some practice right now, just to really show you how it works, and also to review it. So with your hands on your stomach, breathe in. Take a deep, long, and full breath. Watch your hands as they rise up with each breath you inhale. Then watch your hand as it lowers with your exhalation. Let the air out of your lungs without losing your level of relaxation. Take another deep breath and let it out again. So breathe in and then let it out. Once more, in and out. While you're doing this, just relax. Clear your mind. Just focus on the breath. So, how do you feel now? Do you feel like the air is cleared and sanity is starting to return? Like a breath of fresh air has entered your atmosphere. It's a good feeling, isn't it? It just gives you time. It just gives you a little bit reset. It's like that Control-Alt-Delete that we do on our computers, but for ourselves. So, as you can see, the main way to deal with stress is to address the way it affects your body when it starts to strike. On top of that, you can also combat stress-inducing scenarios in your life by being better prepared and have focus towards both your goals and the tasks you have to complete. I mentioned earlier in the show how you should create a vision for your life, and I still highly encourage you to do so. Even short-term visions or goals can benefit you. Sorting out your life and giving yourself some kind of direction, while seemingly these are simple feats, they can play a massive role in the overall impact and presence of stress in your life. Remember, anytime you start feeling overwhelmed with your list of tasks that you have to get done, when you feel angry, or when you're worried about anything that life decides to throw your way, you now have a solution. Heck, even if you're sitting in traffic fuming because you're late for something and there's a major traffic jam, you can pause, take a deep, calm, and slow breath. Do this a few times until you feel yourself slowly starting to relax and realign yourself with your world. While the breathing technique and the vision creation approach may seem like minuscule things in the grand scheme of your bigger life, if you really consider it, a lot of stuff that we do is broken down into tiny pieces, just like a jigsaw. Think about the habits that you've developed, both positive and negative. All it takes is some forethought and effort to implement a breathing session when the going gets too tough to handle. Invest 10 seconds into breathing, close your eyes if necessary, and shut the world off. Take a deep breath, Control-Alt-Delete, and start again. One step at a time, day by day, you can take control of your life. This is just one small piece of the puzzle, but I hope that you've gotten some helpful information out of this episode. So what have we got coming up in the next episode? Too many people these days are feeling lost and that something is missing in their life. They feel like they want to make a more significant difference in the world, but don't really know where to start. Too many of us walk through our lives, feeling numb, desperate for a deeper connection, but really don't know how to get it. More and more people are now searching for their true calling and purpose in life, but suffer tremendous inner turmoil while they're doing it. They continue to work at a job that they hate and continue down a path that doesn't even make them happy. Unfortunately, we are so focused on the careers that we dislike that our passions and purpose is getting pushed aside and totally forgotten about. So are you living your true purpose? Let me share with you some signs that aren't living your true purpose in life. You always put others first and never do anything for yourself. You focus too much on your failures and put yourself down. You aren't enjoying yourself and not living a fulfilling life. You aren't happy with your life's choices. You're too afraid to take any risks. You don't even wake up excited every day about your life. If any of these signs resonate with you, then it means that you aren't living a purpose-filled life and haven't found your true calling yet. So why don't you join me in the next episode of Thoughts, Action, Success, wherein I will share how to awaken your purpose in life and do work that you actually love. I'm super excited to share this with you. And as always, this is based on what I have discovered on my journey to living my best life, with the ultimate mission being to help you live your best life also. If you're wanting to finish 2021 in the best place possible, or maybe you want to get a head start on 2022 and are seriously considering working with a coach one-on-one, don't wait. Give me a call. Book a free discovery call with me and find out for yourself how effective zeroing in on your goals and receiving action steps to put in place can actually be. Drop me an email at kirsty@kirstyjohnston.com and we can get you on the way to living your best life. I'm looking forward to talking with you soon. In the meantime, that's all for now, beautifuls. Have a fantastic weekend and we'll talk again soon.